Welcome back to another video! Woohoo! Yeah! As Ivana also knows, the Alteress, I love to work out and make stuff. I love making art, and I love making clothes as well. I love being a creative person in general, so yeah, basically. So for today's video, I want to talk about my fitness journey from 2024 to 2025. Woohoo! So at the end of January 2024 is when I started doing pull-ups again. I hadn't done them for a while because I didn't have access to a pull-up bar, but I was like, yes, I got 5! Woohoo! Yippee! I was so pumped. And I think it was because of me starting to do the calisthenic pose type of workouts where I'm doing the Half Baki Pose and the crow pose and doing wall handstand type of stuff. So I do feel like that really helped me. So yes. So on April 19, 2024, a few months later, I was able to get a new PR for pull-ups of 13 reps. And I was like, yes, woohoo! Because I had never gotten that amount of reps for pull-ups before until this day. So I was just like, man, I'm getting stronger. This is incredible. So something I know for sure helped me get stronger at doing the pull-ups is this. I was moving across the bars like cool game characters like Hitman, Agent 47. Because I want to work on my grip strength and my whole upper body strength in general. So seeing cool game characters like Agent 47 be able to come through with the skills like that, I'm like, wow, I want to be able to do cool stuff like that too and have super strength. So yes. But then what I'm about to show you, I literally from doing this had to take a rest, like a 3-month break from doing upper body because I was trying to move across the bars, but at the top of that like bar area, and my upper body and my grip strength was not ready for it. So I literally messed up my shoulder and I had to ice it so much. And yeah, like I said, literally took a break for 3 months because of it. So I did have a few other setbacks and injuries before and after this one, but this was the major one that really took me out because like I said, a 3-month break from doing any upper body training. So this is what I'm showing you on the screen right now. That's literally what I did to get my upper body strength back to normal. Just trying to do some sort of movement. And yeah, soon after that, woohoo, yeah, I was back to doing pull-ups. And I'm so glad that I got 9 pull-ups on this day. So that means that I only lost like a few reps for strength because I was at 13 previously before. So 9 reps is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I was back totally to square one. So I was just so glad. I was like, yeah, that's what's up. So the last few months of 2024, I really fought to get my strength back with my upper body and work on getting more pull-ups. I was able to end the year off with 15 pull-ups. Are you kidding me? I was so glad. I was so hyped. I was like, yeah. Not to mention, on this day, I was doing these 15 pull-ups, a historic PR of pull-ups for me. 15 reps in the rain. I was just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, nothing is cooler than still being able to get a bunch of reps for pull-ups and it's raining outside. Oh my God, wow. But yeah, I saw that with my consistency of doing these workouts that really weren't that long, but just my effort, making sure it was intense, and like I said, the consistency of it, that really was helping me get better, like getting stronger, improving my physique, woohoo, you know? So I was so glad about that. And yeah, I was just seeing myself transform and everything, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like, I'm putting in the effort, and I'm staying consistent and everything, and these workouts really aren't that long. But yeah, I'm just so amazed. I showed myself in 2024 that home workouts can really be super effective. I was under the impression before that, oh, I needed to go to the gym in order to get my physique to a certain level and everything, because I was able to way back in the day. But that's a topic for another time. But at the end of the day, I showed myself in 2024. I'm like, yeah, come on now. I got way stronger. I had never gotten that much pull-ups and I was doing all these different cool things with the calisthenic pose type of workouts and everything. And yeah, just coming through overall, I was just really loving it and just seeing my physique improve for the better. And yeah, getting all the cuts in the core. Yeah, so woohoo! So glad about it. And now for the 2025 fitness journey. Woohoo! Okay, so first of all, I started off really good with my consistency for the most part. I was still in shape, coming through. And at this time, I had the goal of making better long form YouTube videos. So I decided to take a break and work on making those. So when I was staying consistent in 2024, every time that I worked out, I was filming it. So in 2025, when I started trying to make the long form videos, I was really slow at editing. So I was only filming my workouts here and there, but then I wasn't working out when I wasn't filming. So the inconsistency was so bad. And then once I had realized that, oh, girl, you need to work out without filming it, I had already been so inconsistent and I just kept messing up with other things. For example, my sleep schedule in 2025 was not the best. Also, my water intake was not good either. I was having some issues with dehydration, and that's something that I've struggled with all throughout my fitness journey. I don't know why, but yeah. Dehydration, I need to figure it out and get it together. So because of me ending the year 2024 with 15 pull-ups, that made me want to continue to get stronger. And I remember because my sleep schedule was off, I was feeling a lot weaker when I'd go and do the pull-ups, and I was literally overanalyzing everything. Like I knew it was because of my sleep schedule and my inconsistency with training, but I also was just like, oh, well, maybe I can get more pull-up reps if I do more volume in my workouts. So all of a sudden, instead of just, hey, get back to staying super consistent and putting in a bunch of workouts, I was like, oh, let me go for volume. I'm just gonna get more reps in. So I started doing that in my push-up and pull-up workouts because I thought that doing that was gonna help me get stronger at doing pull-ups. I thought my first set of pull-ups was gonna increase with the reps, but I was sadly mistaken. And yeah, all that happened was, oh, you increased the amount of reps you were able to do. So technically, did you get stronger? I guess so, yes, but it doesn't matter because I didn't get the look that I was going for. So yeah, lesson learned. Oh man, like I felt like my back looked good, but I wasn't satisfied with the rest of my body. Like I didn't have like the lean cuts or anything. Yeah, it's like I look good from the back, and then I noticed that I started like gaining a little bit of weight, and every time that happens to me, it goes to my stomach, and I'm like, not happy about that. Not loving how that looks. You know, I prefer if I'm leaner, but yeah, I wasn't lean at all, so anyways, let me know if any of y'all would be interested in seeing this particular workout that I have on the screen in one of my upcoming vlogs. Yeah, if you want to see this calisthenic pose workout, let me know because I was able to get a PR of holding the Half Baki Pose for 1 minute. Woo! Yeah! And yeah, that was really intense. And it was funny because I kept looking at the camera back and forth because I was trying to see how much time had gone by because apparently trying to hold the Half Baki Pose for a minute, I feel like it's worse than holding a plank. It's 10 times as hard. So anyways, in my push-up workouts, I kept increasing my reps. And then this 60 rep pull-up workout you will see in the future in one of my upcoming videos, one of my vlogs, you know? So, but yeah, obviously in this footage that I'm showing you can tell like how over the span of a few months, my build completely changed because of my inconsistency. And then when I was working out, like I said, I was not doing what I did in 2024 with staying consistent and everything. And yes, you will see this workout in an upcoming vlog in the future too. But I kid you not, my inconsistency with training got 10 times worse. I was like, oh no. I got pretty obsessed with working on 2 projects. One was like a DIY fashion accessory type of project, and the other one was a zombie art piece. I did barely any working out when I was working on said projects, and yeah, I'm not proud of that at all. It's very shameful that I was neglecting my working out and taking care of my body and everything. Like, I was still very consistent with doing my stretches, but yeah, the only thing that I can say that I was somewhat consistent with in 2025 was doing rope pull-ups. So at the beginning of January 2025, my other half, Greg, he attached a rope and tied it to 2 trees so that we can do rope pull-ups. Woohoo! What a genius! That's so brilliant. Oh man, so creative and inspiring, I'm just saying. And I remember first seeing him do the rope pull-ups, and he always makes every movement look so easy. Doesn't matter how hard and difficult it is. Perfect form just makes it look so effortless. And then I remember it was my first time to like try to do the rope pull-ups and test it out, and I think I got like 6 to 8 reps. It was really, really difficult. And I was just like, I knew it. I already know every exercise, he's gonna make it look so easy. But yeah, very challenging movement, and I love doing the rope pull-ups. I am telling you, at the end of January is when I started doing them more consistently, and I'm just so glad that, hey, that's one good thing that I did in 2025 that I stayed consistent with. Even when I was working on those 2 projects where I was getting obsessed with working on them, I was doing the rope pull-ups. Yeah. And I just remember my rep range increasing. I was going from 8 to 9 reps, 9 to 10 reps, 10 to 11 reps. I remember I had finally gotten 12 after having like a really rough like little shoulder injury. I was trying to do the Baki pose for a minute, just like that day that I'd mentioned, but it was a different workout. And yeah, so I'd already gotten a minute on the other side because I know my body's like super imbalanced. So I was like trying to do a minute on the other side, and I was trying to get into the Baki pose position too fast. And yeah, my legs slipped out from under the position, and then that made it where my arm balance went all funky, and my wrist balance and everything made my arm go a certain way, and then all the weight was on my shoulder, and then I felt like this little like split in my shoulder, and I iced it in. But thankfully it didn't take me that long to recover, and I remember getting the 12 rep PR for the pull-ups on the rope after that, and I was just like, yeah, that's what's up, coming back. And then I remember it was a rainy day, and I was like, oh, trying to get back on track because I had been coming back from another setback. I was trying to do a workout with the dumbbells, and I was doing upper body stuff and everything, but I just was not hydrated enough. And then I remember later that night, like feeling like the right side of my lower back, like just not feeling good. Yeah, I literally had to take a rest and a break from training again. I was like, dang. Yeah, I even had to like stop stretching for a certain amount of time, and it was like really like irritating, but I got through it. We got back, and yeah, so on November 17, 2025 is when I got 13 rope pull-ups for the first time. Are you kidding me? Oh, and it was a rainy day. Like, come on now. That's like extra bonus points to me. So it had already been raining that day for quite some time. So basically the whole rope was wet. So my grip really had to have extra strength that day. Basically August 15, 2025 is when I started to lock in again and get back on track with my fitness journey. And on August 15, that's the day that I decided to not be scared and fearful anymore and just try to work on one of my goals that I have for myself again, because I had tried to do this back in 2019, but I was just trying to rush the process and overdo it and, just trying to force the progress too fast, and I totally ended up having an injury. I was trying to do the splits, the side splits, and on one of my hamstrings I messed it up, and I like popped it, like messed up my upper hamstring part. And when I do certain moves, I can still feel it sometimes, or maybe if I'm having a day where I'm more dehydrated, I can feel it here and there, and it's just like, oh, you don't want to just not ever do the splits just because you were scared. So I decided to try again, and I'm so glad. Yeah, guys. So I finally was able to get the side splits again. And then for the first time in my life, to be able to do the middle splits, I'm like, yes, are you kidding me? Wow. Feeling so accomplished over here, because that's just crazy to me, because I never was even able to do the middle splits even when I was a child back in the day. So yeah, that's saying something. You know, it's never too late to try and get stronger or more flexible. Yeah, whatever goal you have, try to do it. Try to come through. And so I was just like, okay, I'm gonna add doing the splits to my routine when I stretch. And so yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. The only time I don't do it is if I feel like I'm too dehydrated, because then it's like counterproductive for me. So yep, pretty much. And December 2025 is when I had a goal and I decided to start doing it. And I'm so glad, because basically 2024, when I was doing my calisthenic pose type of workouts, sometimes I would do the bridge position. And so my goal was like, hey, let's add that into my daily stretch routine. So I was like, oh, just do it once a day, daily. And I'm just so glad that I'm adding that in, because then I'm getting that repetition in and I'm gonna get better at it in no time. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So basically with my goal with that is I want to be able to stand up from the bridge position. So I've just been working on it for a few weeks. I've seen so much progress. I started being in the bridge position and then being up against a wall and then putting one hand on the wall and then down on the floor again, and like alternating it with my hands. So doing that for a few reps. So I did that for a few days, and then I remember it was December 20, and then I literally had the confidence and I successfully walked my hands up on the wall. And then I was able to get out of the bridge position and into the standing position with assistance of walking my hands on the wall. Yeah, you know, like that's so cool. So I'm really feeling so great about that. I'm like, man, woohoo, yippee, hip hip hooray. So something else I want to get better at is the handstand. So I know that's going to take me a little bit more time, and then also I'm going to need to incorporate it a lot more. I don't think I'm going to do it daily or anything, but I just need to be more consistent with that as well, because that's something that over these years I wanted to improve upon, and I'm just like kind of stuck in the same place. So, and I just want to get my upper body strength better too. So got a lot of work to do, but making some progress. And I'm just so glad, even though I was so inconsistent with training this year in 2025, like my eating schedule, I wasn't eating at the right times. You know, you're supposed to stay consistent with your eating schedule, like eat at the same times, not all spanned out, all weird and different every time. That's not good, you know? And I was doing that. And then I remember 2024 sometimes, and then also at the beginning of 2025, I was hitting the punching bag and getting my cardio in that way, or maybe doing a little bit of some jump roping. And I also feel like I was focusing on the wrong type of cardio. I was doing a lot of walking, and yeah, now I'm just like, no, you need to be hitting the punching bag or jump roping or something high intensity like that. And that just wasn't consistent. And yeah, like I said, I know I slacked, but I'm so glad that I started dialing it in at the end of 2025. And guys, here's something else I have to share with you. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so happy. All right, we back to the rope pull-ups. Woohoo! This is my most proud accomplishment. I'm just saying, like, it's so great. Like, when it comes to my fitness journey in 2025, I'm like, yeah, are you kidding me? Wow. Guys, I got 16 reps for rope pull-ups. Woohoo! Are you kidding me? Oh man, I'm feeling so strong. So basically, I've been doing a new training routine, and this training routine is something that my other half, Greg, literally recommended for me to do. So I've been doing it. So every day out of the week, I've been doing this workout, except on the weekend. So, and it's paying off. It's working, and getting back to being consistent with my fitness journey and working out and everything. It's really paying off, and I'm just so glad. Like, oh man, I'm so ready for 2026. So I can't wait to see what I do this new year. And yeah, we're going to dial it in. We're going to lock in yet again and get it together. So stay tuned for it. Woohoo! Also, if you guys have not already seen my everything I made in 2 years mega vlog, go check it out. Woohoo! I have everything time stamped in that one. So if there's only one section that you want to see, maybe it's just the art section or a particular one, you know, we got everything in there. We got the whole clothing collection and the amazing paper cutouts and patches, and yeah, it's a blast. So if you haven't already seen it, go check it out. Yeah, the next video I'm going to be posting for the long form is going to be about my first time that I drew zombies from my imagination, and it's a drawing that took me 5 years to complete. And yeah, I go super in depth talking about it, and I show the whole process of making it. I'm just saying, I love this one so much, and I just cannot wait for you guys to see it. It also has a calisthenic pose workout in there, along with a DIY balaclava reveal in there too. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited for you guys to see this new long form video in 2 weeks. Coming soon. You know it. Woohoo! That's it for this one. See you in the next one.